3 games down, month 1 complete. Let's get right into it. Hey there buddy, my name is Edgardo, but you can call me Golden Sin. I made a video recently about tackling your backlog in 2025, as I am, and I got an update on my progress. 3 games on my list of 25 have been completed, logged, and uninstalled. Now it's time to review them and tell you about how I went about it. These games might not be your cup of tea or coffee or whatever the hell you drink, but they meant something enough to me that led me to purchase them in the first place. I'll update my progress at the end of each month, telling you about my experience, reviewing the game itself, and what I did to keep myself interested and motivated to continue. Portal. Portal is a single-player game from Valve, set in the mysterious Aperture Science Laboratories. Portal has been called one of the most innovative new games, back in 2007, on the horizon and will offer gamers hours of unique gameplay. It's basically a puzzle game. Let's move on. Psych. Nah, let's get into it. First off, this game is almost as old as my own kid. I remember this coming to console and it gathering a following and being talked about a lot, but I never paid it no mind. I was a console peasant, so PC games that came to console never really reached my ears, but once I converted, I immersed myself in the lore of PC gaming history. Portal just so happened to be a major title that deserved the acknowledgement and respect for all new converts. Published by Valve, Lord Gaben blessed us with not just a puzzle game, but a puzzle game that is just unique. This isn't Myst, this isn't The Seventh Guest or other classics like that. It takes your standard puzzle solving game and flips it on its head. I may not be the sharpest tool in this shed, and maybe that's why this game made me feel stupid at times. It starts off pretty simple, holds your hands through it and gives you this sense of calm and ease. Then the game turns it up to 11 and lets go of your hand and tells you to fend for yourself. There are 18 levels if I remember correctly, might be 19, I don't remember, but they get harder and harder. I don't play games on hard or extreme or expert or none of that, but I don't play it on easy either. Now there's no skill options here, you just gotta figure it out. I got stuck a few times, but not stuck in a way like, oh I'm stuck, I don't want to play this anymore. No, more like, what the hell man, what the hell am I supposed to do? YouTube saved me here. This is going to be a common theme by the way. My brain is mush. Playing competitive multiplayer FPS games for over a decade has really burned away some important brain cells. But a game like this really challenged me and I resisted looking up walkthroughs for as long as I could before I gave in, and then felt really stupid when I realized the answer was right in front of me the whole time. It's satisfying getting through each level, defeating the puzzle, and feeling just a bit smarter than before. 8 out of 10, I do recommend. Glad to have been done with it, now I need something dumb to cleanse the palate. Firewatch. Firewatch is a single-player first-person mystery set in the Wyoming wilderness, where your only emotional lifeline is the person on the other end of a handheld radio. It's a cozy game. Not like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley or anything, but it's pretty relaxing. There's no real sense of danger. You can turn off your movement king mindset and just take it easy. It's a hiking POV simulator. It starts off kind of sad, like the beginning of Up. I don't want to spoil it too much, but the main character takes a job as a firewatch guard in a tower in a national forest to get away and take his mind off of what's going on in his personal life. You're introduced to Hey There Delilah via the radio, in which the firewatch tower is used to communicate to each other. What starts off as standard pleasantries turns into a meaningful bond with someone else, which seems to be necessary for those who choose this line of work because of how isolated they can become being out in the forest and their towers alone for months on end. Besides being pretty laid back and cozy, this game throws in a little twist. It's got something following you, spying on you, listening in on you. It's like a mystery and you have to find out why. You find some weird things along the way and it connects to the story pretty well. I'm not really sure if the decisions you make change the outcomes of the game or anything, but when I was prompted to answer a series of questions, I tended to answer nicely and friendly, and basically the opposite of what I would really respond with in real life. I had an ex tell me one time, "You know, people say you're a nice guy, but you're really not." I don't know, I guess in video games, it gives me a chance to be a decent person here and there. Listen, I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but it's got a sense of mystery to it, and it all unravels at the climax. I didn't shoot a single bullet, I didn't whack anything with a stick or anything. I got stung by a bee once, and fell off a cliff. That was the most action I got, but I liked it. It was a nice change of pace. Reading a map and finding your way around was the only annoying thing I could think of, but other than that, 7.5 out of 10, I do recommend. River City Girls. I stopped playing this shit because I was getting kind of bored and I got stuck. I gave up. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Are you ready, kids? The cult classic is back, faithfully remade in Sponge-tastic splendor. Play as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy and show the evil plankton that crime pays even less than Mr. Krabs. I'm reading this directly from the Steam store page, by the way. I got into SpongeBob as an early adult. My daughter's mother liked it and put it on TV for her a lot, and I just sat there watching it. I never got into those games. And then this game popped up as a remake in 2020. I was like, yeah, why not? I damn sure wasn't gonna pay full price for it though. Bruh. Brother, my platforming skills are nearly non-existent. I played Mario games, Crash Bandicoot, Rayman, and other platformers. Granted, I never beat any of them, but I played them. This game reminded me of how long it's been since I played a platformer. First off, I played all these games on my Steam Deck, so using a controller is something I had to relearn. Turning and looking around was somewhat odd on a handheld. Maybe it's just me. Irregardless, I played through it. I noticed Mr. Krabs sounded funny, and after doing some digging, it turns out Clancy Brown didn't return to re-record his lines over some union thing. Archived sounds were used for Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy as one of them died. Other than that, Mr. Krabs sounds kinda weird. The game was fun. There were some weird invisible walls and out of bound movements, and the voices were out of sync in the final act for the cinematics, but it was rather enjoyable. My next game was supposed to be SpongeBob SquarePants Cosmic Shake, but I think I need a break from this franchise. One gripe I have is the switching between characters in order to get through certain parts of the map was a bit annoying, particularly in Kelp Fields where I had to go back and forth with SpongeBob and Patrick like 10 times. That was not fun at all. Irregardless, 8 out of 10, kinda recommend. You gotta be a fan for this one. And that's it. 3 games down, 22 to go. Next game will be Quantum Break. Got this one on sale and looks promising. Need some action. And the first 3 games were not action packed. I think I'm going to regret this by the time I get to Elden Ring and Red Dead Redemption 2. I take breaks. I get home from work pretty late because of my long commute, and sometimes I just want to zone out in front of the TV instead of playing games. I might get a moment of inspiration to jump back on, but I pace myself and make sure my life doesn't revolve around playing games on a schedule. By the way, this channel isn't just about this, game backlogs. I cover other games too, you know. Come back in a few days and see what else is popping. Until then, take it easy out there, buddy. I'm out.